Hello everyone and welcome to the Practical English Brand and welcome to quiz number 2. Okay, if you have already watched the first video, you know how it works, but I'm gonna explain, how it works. So there are 10 multiple choice questions and this quiz is made for all four past tenses: simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous tense. So I'll be reading each question and then the four options. One of those four options is correct and the three of them are wrong. So your job is to choose the correct option and test your ability of knowing how to use, these four tenses correctly. Okay. So let's begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But one thing I forgot to say is that at the end of this video, I'm going to show the correct options and then I'll have a short review of why, the three options were wrong, or why, your answers were correct or wrong. So I'll have a short review and I'm going to explain each question quickly. So let's begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Question number 1. He A was go to school yesterday. B, he went to school yesterday. C, he had went to school yesterday. And D, he gone to school yesterday. So you pause the video, choose the correct option, and write it in the comment section below. Question number 1, just write 1 and A, B, C, D, whatever option you think is correct. Just write next to, digit number 1. Okay, so question number 2. They were already done it. B, they was already done it. C, they had already done it. And D, they could already done it. Choose the correct option and write it down in the comment section below. So I'm going to show you the correct answers at the end of the video. Number 3, watching TV before noon. So A, I have been watching TV before noon. B, they had watching TV before noon. C, she had been watching TV before noon. And D says he was watching TV before noon. Okay, number 4. Everyone left before the rain started. B, everyone was leave before the rain started. C, everyone had left before the rain started. And D says both A and C are correct options. Number 5. She, A, had been learning English for a year before she graduated from Atar. And B, she was learning English for a year before she graduated from Atar. And C, she had learning English for a year before she graduated from Atar. And D says she was be learning English for a year before she graduated from Atar. So choose the correct option. You may pause the video in order to see the options carefully, and then just write your comment and answer in the comment section below. Okay, question number 6. I had been drinking tea when you called me. B, I had drunk tea when you called me. C, I was drinking tea when you called me. So D says both B and C. And now you make your own decision. Number 7. Question number 7. One of my best friends was come from Japan. One of my best friends came from Japan. C says one of my best friends had been come from Japan. And D, one of my best friends had came from Japan. Choose the correct option and let's see what happens. Question number 8. They were playing cricket for an hour when the rain started. They were playing cricket for an hour before the rain started. B, they had played cricket for an hour before when the rain started. C, they had been playing cricket for an hour when the rain started. And D, they were playing cricket for an hour when the rain started. Number 8. Question number 8. Hold on, be patient. I'm gonna fix the bug. So number 9. Okay. Okay, number 9. Let's see it this way. Okay. We it went to 10. We had been living in Kabul for 10 years before 2020. B. We were living in Kabul for 10 years before 2020. C. We were lived in Kabul for 10 years before 2020. And D. Both A and C are the correct options. So now you make your own decision. And finally, question number 10. A. She had been hitting the books for before going to bed. She had been hitting the books before going to bed. To hit the book is means to study hard, okay? So B, she hit the books before going to bed, and C, she was hit the books before going to bed, and D, she had been hit the books before going to bed. Okay, now we will see how much questions you have answered correctly. Okay, let's see here. Okay, again, I'm gonna show you the correct options now. So look at your answers, your own answers, and then look here. Question number 1, B. Question number 2, C. Question number 3, D. Question 4, D. 5A, 6D, 7B, 8C, 9A, and 10B. And now we will have a short review of all these questions to explain why your options, or I mean the options that you have chosen, are correct or wrong. So number 1, question number 1, he was go to school yesterday, incorrect. This is simple past tense, and you should know that because of the time expression yesterday. So in simple past tense, we need in affirmative sentences and positive sense, we need the second form of verb. So was, go, had, went, gone. These are all incorrect answers, incorrect options. So B is the correct option because the second form of go is went. So he went to school yesterday. Question number 2, they were already done it. They was already, they had. So now it's past perfect tense, because after already you see the main verb in third form done, so our helping verb should be had. So where is had? A, were, B, was, C, had, D, could. So C is the correct option. They had already done it. Question number 3, watching TV before noon. So here we need just, past continuous tense, okay? Because we talk about something that was in progress before something else. I mean, there isn't any other idea, like, we don't talk about something that was in progress for a period of time and then something else happened. In that case, we would need past perfect continuous tense, but we just simply need past continuous tense. And what is the form of past continuous? Subject plus was, were plus verb, ing. So I have been watching, incorrect. They had watching, incorrect. She had been watching, no. D is the correct option. He was watching TV before noon. So question number 4, everyone before the rain started. So A, everyone left before the rain started. B, was leave, incorrect, obviously, because after was we should bring verb ing, not verb in base form. And everyone had left before the rain started. That also seems correct because past perfect tense. So here I would say D is the correct option, both A and C, because you can use simple past tense. Something happened before something else, especially with the conjunctions before and after. We can use either past perfect tense or simple past tense. But if you use past perfect tense in this case, that will be somehow more formal. But use simple past tense, it doesn't matter. So A and C, everyone left before the rain started. In C, everyone had left before the rain started. Both options are correct. Therefore, D is the correct option, both A and C. Number 5. She learned English for a year before she graduated from Ataro. Look, the concept here is that we talk about an action that was in progress for a year, for a period of time, and then something else happened. She graduated from Ataro, okay? So obviously we need past perfect continuous tense. In the form of past perfect continuous tense, subject had been main verb ing. So let's see where, the correct option. So A says she had been learning English for a year before she graduated from Atal. So A is the correct option. B, C, D, was, had, was, be. They are incorrect options. Okay. Question number 6. IT when you called me. So simply again, we talk about something that was in progress, or we talk about something that was completed, for example, and then something else happened when you called me, then the second action happened. So let's see the correct option. A says, I had been drinking tea when you called me, but the time duration is not mentioned here, so we don't need A. So I had drunk tea, I mean the action of drinking tea was over, so that makes sense. But let's see what C says, okay? So I was drinking tea when you called me. That is also okay because one action was in progress and then something has happened. You called me, okay? So both B and C look to be the correct options. D says both B and C. Therefore, D is the correct option. Number 7. One of my best friends was come from Japan. So, I mean, we talk about something in the past that started and finished in the past. So the time expression could be mentioned sometimes. Sometimes it cannot be, might not be mentioned. But see, we need simple past tense. In simple past tense, we need second form of the main verb in affirmative sentences. So we need second form of the main verb. So was come, came, had been come, had came. So the rest of the answers are incorrect, and B is the correct option. One of my best friends came from Japan because main verb second form. Question number 8. They cricket for an hour when the rain started. The idea here is that the action of playing cricket was in progress for an hour and then something has happened, like the rain started. So keep in mind that I taught you, I mean, all of these points in details. If you go to the playlist called English Tenses, I've taught each tense, with a lot of details. So now the point is here that we need past perfect continuous tense in order to talk about an action that was in progress for a moment and then something else happened. So let's see, I mean the form should be subject had been plus main verb ing. So A, we're playing, incorrect. Had played, incorrect. Had been playing, C is the correct option. Number 9, we had been living in Kabul 14 years before 2020, or we were living in Kabul 14 years before 2020. We were lived, both A and C. So here, look, I mean, we talk about something that was in progress 14 years before a specific time in the past, and therefore again we need past perfect continuous tense, and the structure for that is subject plus had been plus verb ing. So A, we had been living in Kabul 14 years before 2020 is the correct option. Question number 10. She the books before going to bed. So now something happened before something else. Okay, so simply we may use just simple past tense or maybe past perfect tense if we have an option here according to past perfect tense. But let's see. So had been hitting, no, that doesn't make sense. Past perfect continuous tense is not necessary here. Hit simple past tense because it's an irregular verb and all the three forms are the same. Hit, hit, hit. So she hit the second form. She hit the books before going to bed. And she was hit, that is incorrect because after to be or was, the main verb should take ing, or if it's passive form, then it should be in third form, but it's none of them, so C is incorrect. And she had been hit, that doesn't make sense again because after been we need verb ing or either main verb third form if it's passive form. So all of them are wrong. There's one option, B, which says she hit the books before going to bed, simple past tense, so that is the correct option. Once again, number 1, A, number 2, C, number 3, D, number 4, D, number 5, A, number 6, D, number 7, B, number 8, C, number 9, A, and number 10, B. Have a great time, and don't forget that I'm gonna be recording the next video for all 4 future tenses, okay? I'm gonna be testing your ability on 4 future tenses. Have a great time and